This is something I built by hand for my wife.
There's something about hard work
Carved all this out.
that brings pride and sparks creativity.
And I went over and leaned on it, and it lifted up like a wheelbarrow. So I said, hey, look at there.
Richard Moore says his creativity turned his wife's chicken coop into, well, something else.
And then I decided to call it a chicken wheelbarrow.
But in the last 2 weeks, Richard says creativity left. Anxiety filled its place.
Right.
Anxiety because he says the Travis County Tax Office didn't process his property tax payment.
Of course, I'd much rather be creative than have to deal with red tape wrapped around my neck. Not to mention, we're very poor. We have no income.
Richard and his wife, Virginia, showed the KVUE defenders receipts for mailed money orders. 7 of them because of money order amount limits, all payable to the Travis County Tax Office. 3 posted to his account. The other 4 not, leaving him with $866 in penalties and interest.
It's been tough. I felt violated. I felt stole from. I've always done the right thing. I felt like nothing.
So he and his wife asked the KVUE defenders to investigate. Texas law requires the county tax assessor collector to add a 7% penalty and interest charge to all unpaid property tax accounts starting February 1st. The rate goes up to 9% on March 1st and 2% every month afterwards.
$2 billion.
Tax assessor collector Bruce Elfont is in charge of collecting property taxes in Travis County. He wouldn't talk specifically about Richard and Virginia's Moore property tax debt, but agreed to speak about the process.
And if we can catch it early, get them on a payment plan that's fairly aggressive, they're not going to be hit by as much penalty and interest.
We asked Elfont why someone who has proof they paid would not be able to get their penalties waived. Turns out it depends on if and when someone disputes their tax bill is delinquent.
Unfortunately, that's state law.
Texas Property Tax Code shows a person has 21 days since they receive or should have received a delinquent notice to prove they've paid on time. 21 days to have that penalty and interest waived. 21 days, even if they never saw the delinquent notice.
It's not often, but it does happen.
Elfont says the tax office mailed most of the delinquent notices at the end of February.
All right.
So property owners had the month of March to set the record straight.
Over here, hello, buddy.
Richard said he never received the delinquent notice.
Come here, my friend.
Didn't know most of the money orders he sent were never cashed.
Come on.
Until June, when a private company offered financing far beyond that 21-day deadline to dispute the bill.
40 years. We've paid our taxes on time, have a clean record for 40 years until this year. And
Richard and Virginia spent $100 to get their uncashed money orders reissued, paid their bill with penalty and interest, and can only hope others will learn from their experience.